Tonle Sap in Cambodia is the largest freshwater lake in Southeast Asia. It's home to more than 2,000 people who live here in floating villages. Nearly all of them are Buddhists. They have their faith and religion, and it's not that of Father Haribertos and his floating church. In spring 2010, Father Harry baptized 30 people into the Catholic faith. Why? What are the aims of missionaries all around the world? Do they see themselves as universal benefactors? Do they only talk people out of their own gods and into another one? On weekends, people come here to see Father Harry. He takes time for the children first.
Muy pi Arabia ya ya Arabia Arabia ya ya Arabia.
Every Saturday, Father Harry calls on the poor families in the remote floating villages. He's welcome everywhere he goes. Father Harry was sent here from his native Indonesia by the Jesuits in 2000. He wants to help. His credo is, have faith, give and share life. He always brings provisions to the families. His helpers buy and pack food and clothing, and then help Father Harry distribute the goods. There's enough for each family: rice, lentils, oil, and items of clothing. The people tell Father Harry their troubles, which are all similar: little work, many mouths to feed, diseases that can't be treated here. The nearest doctor is 2 hours away by boat. Every donation of clothing is welcome.
Yeah.
Christian Vaneke is a high school graduate from Hamburg. He's signed on for a volunteer year with the International Catholic Order of the Salesians of Don Bosco. He's a kind of temporary missionary, here to learn about other cultures and teach at the Don Bosco Hotel School, located in Sihanoukville on Cambodia's coast. Christian spent a year taking weekend courses and preparing for his time in Cambodia, deciding it would be more rewarding than doing civil service back home in Germany. He's also willing to discuss questions of religion and faith with the students. He tries to make the most of what little free time he has, often stopping off at one of the 3 Italian gelaterias in Sihanoukville. They all serve excellent ice cream, made at the Don Bosco Hotel School. The students run the ice cream parlors themselves.
Please enjoy us.
Good morning, students.
Good morning.
Down, please.
Thank you.
As you can see, I have, for the top, we have the dollar, so it's a currency, and black numbers. And for the second, we have dollar and red numbers. Why do we have red and why do we have black? The red means all the negative numbers.
In just a few short months, Krishan has gone from being a student to an instructor. Now he teaches English and computer skills 25 hours a week. Hotel managers have to be able to work with Excel spreadsheets. But not everyone has the aptitude or the concentration for it, and computers offer many distractions. Krishan is patient. He believes that what he is doing is making a difference.
There's no way I'd have this kind of experience in Germany. I could be doing my alternative service there. I could work with elderly people and the disadvantaged, but I wouldn't have the chance to get to know another culture. I wouldn't be able to do something completely new. It would still be Germany, but Cambodia is totally different.
What's different?
Well, the culture for starters, the self-discipline, the politeness. The people are pretty shy, but they're still extremely warm and friendly. You get a warm welcome everywhere you go. That's wonderful.
When classes end for the day, Krishan usually joins the students for a game of soccer. It's a point of honor for a fan of Hamburg's St. Pauli soccer club to wear the team jersey. The hotel school in Sihanoukville was founded in 2007 by missionaries from the Order of the Salesians of Don Bosco, with no help from the state. Don Bosco is always present in spirit. Here, young Cambodians can learn the various professions needed in hotels. As tourism increases, new hotels are opening all the time, so the school offers a promising opportunity for them. Well-trained personnel are in demand to work in reception, room maintenance, and kitchens. The school was established by Brother Roberto Panetto, an Italian missionary. He takes his missionary work just as seriously as he does his job administrating the hotel. And he relates his beliefs to the lives of the young Buddhists here.
In Buddhism, there's no God, but the Buddhists themselves believe that God is there. And that gives us a good starting point to talk to our students. We say, you have a good attitude toward life, a nice approach to living. You have good teachers, and your teachers also believe that God is there.
The villagers around Tonle Sap Lake have little time to think about religion. Their concerns tend to be more down to earth. They live in swampy areas, and during the rainy season, the lake swells to 3 times its normal size. The people can seldom afford solid houses on dry ground. They don't have the money to buy the land. Father Harry pays a visit to 11 families this morning. There's little he can do to improve the quality of their lives, but he listens, gives advice where he can, and encourages the sick to take a boat to the nearest town and see a doctor. But not many take his advice. The trip is either too long or too much trouble. They rely on the body's ability to heal itself, eventually. Father Harry grew up a Muslim and was exposed to Christianity at a Jesuit school. Later, his parents and 6 brothers and sisters were as well. Everyone is welcome at his church, regardless of faith or creed.
They are not Catholics, they are Buddhists, but they are members of St. Vincent de Paul Society to help the poor. So this is their activities. And they want to know more about Jesus. So they visit families, they give everything they have on the poor. And on Sunday, they have meeting among them and they make silent collection. They give money, and then usually we get $1, $2 from them.
True to Buddhist ideals, they give alms, even if to a church outside their own faith. Time for the next visit. This man is 60 years old and ailing. He's no longer able to work and depends on others for support. He receives no assistance from the state, no welfare or pension benefits of any kind. He's grateful for the food Father Harry brings him. Without it, he might not be able to survive. This may look like picture postcard Southeast Asia, but it's a picture of abject poverty. More than 2,000 people seek shelter in huts that hardly hold up through the rainy season. They're in constant need of repair. In Sihanoukville, another school week begins.
You have 9 answers here. So you have to
More than 20 students attend Krishan's English class. The material and lesson plans are very different from those in German schools. And there's lots of grading and correcting to do. The new teacher quickly learned the ropes of his new job.
And she's cleaning.
So, Chan?
The second picture, I can see hand a shower, letter D.
A student himself just a few months ago, Krishan is now a teacher and advisor who is treated with respect. He's a patient instructor and adapts to his students' different learning speeds. He places great value on communication with the young Cambodians. As a volunteer for the Don Bosco mission, he seeks as much contact as possible.
Sometimes in the evening I get involved in discussions about why we should go to church, why Jesus is on the cross, why have faith at all, why Buddhism. These are things they've thought about themselves. They want to know why Don Bosco was a Christian. I also tell them why I'm a Christian, and I try to explain it clearly.
Why are you a Christian?
Well, it usually starts as something parents decide for their children. But I was also active in the church on my own, so I feel closely bound to the faith.
Nearly all Cambodians feel closely bound to their faith too, to their faith in Buddhism. For centuries, missionaries, Christian and Muslim, have made forays into Southeast Asia, though with limited success. Buddhism has its own rituals and prayers, but no missionaries. Many Cambodians are also highly superstitious, even to the point of spending a great deal of time and money to avoid invoking the spirit's wrath. Christian missionaries do still try to convert people. Several young people at the hotel school have been baptized, and 2 have entered the Order of Don Bosco's Salesians. Were they put under pressure?
I think religion is a matter of an individual's choice. We're not trying to change the students' religion and make Catholics out of Buddhists. The age of evangelizing and forced baptisms is over for this church. We're here to bear witness to our faith, and if anyone is interested, they can make their own decision. If they wish to become Catholics, they need some time to prepare. It could be maybe 2 or 3 years.
Is the aim of missionary work the spread of Christianity? In a country where the state religion is Buddhism, 500 students received training here in the spirit of Don Bosco, a Catholic priest who dedicated his life to the education of young people. Father Harry is always on the move. He's got a full day ahead of him, like most days. He also has to discharge his clerical duties. On Friday afternoons at the floating church, the new converts are taught the catechism. Even after they're baptized, their religious instruction continues. Father Harry practices his faith just the way he experienced it in Indonesia. He helps others, tries to set a good example, and bears witness to his faith.
When I decided to become a priest, I left my parents, my brothers and sisters, my families, my good job as English teacher. I had good salaries. I lived this one by one. I left my girlfriend. I left my prospective wife. This is a day-to-day sacrifice. And if ever I have to give up my life, I'm ready. This is part of our life in the extreme case. Because actually we offer our life day by day, day by day. We offer our time, our love, our joy to the people.
Father Harry is off to do some repair work. He cheerfully offers his time and effort for the sake of his fellow man. A hut that houses a family of 6 has to be weatherproofed before the next rainy season begins. The wood is rotting, and the floorboards are cracked. This is how this particular missionary spends his Saturday afternoon. The lumber costs about 30 euros. The parish pays for the repair work. The family couldn't afford it. They're expecting their 5th child. In his time off, Krishan likes to go to the beach. It gives him a chance to process all the things he's seen and experienced. Sometimes he feels homesick. Krishan hopes to make good use of his time here, and he feels he's heard the call. that he's got a mission of his own, to do what he can to make the world a better place.
I see the ideas of Don Bosco as a great help with what must be one of the biggest problems we have, that mankind has. The children and young people are the future of the world. And so many children live in poverty. Something has to be done about it. Don Bosco was right about that.
Sunday morning. About 100 children and some 30 adults attend Mass on Sunday. They sit in the sweltering heat for up to 2 hours. For the kids, there'll be something later on to make it worth their while. For Father Harry, this is the high point of the week. It's not easy for the little ones to sit still for so long. They have more earthly matters on their minds. Father Harry had to wait a long time for his church. When he first came here, there was only one other Catholic in the region. He started by founding a community of love, which got together regularly for prayer meetings. Gradually, a small congregation took shape. And in 2009, Father Harry baptized 30 people just after Easter. At last, the children get what they've been waiting for so patiently: a bowl of watery rice soup with a little bit of fish in it. It's mainly for this that so many parents send their children to the floating church on Sunday. But before they can eat, the children have to endure one more test of their patience. Father Harry and his helpers have arranged for children from 8 villages to attend school and receive a hot meal 3 times a week. It's paid for by donations from parishes in Europe. Feeding the poor is a divine mission with a long history. Father Harry has no doubt about that.
This is what we do here. We believe, and we share what we have. We share our life, our joy, our happiness, our worries also. But then we give what we have. We have time, we have love. Sometimes our youth here visit people only with candies, only with soya sauce. But it is only expression of love. The more important thing is not the things, the rice or the soya sauce or the sugar, but we bring love to the people. So we believe, out of belief, we share what we have and we give what we have.
Krishan too gave what he could, of his time, his knowledge, and his help. And he received a great deal in return. He was one of the most popular teachers. In August 2010, his year abroad was over, and he started planning his next steps.
I can definitely see myself continuing to take part in Don Bosco projects. But I don't feel the urge to join the order. I'm going to study music and then try my luck as a composer.
Mein Glück versuchen.
Father Harry is setting out for his regular tour of the villages on Tonle Sap Lake. He continues to preach the gospel to as many people as will listen, for Father Harry is a missionary and a helper.